Hello.
I'm Dawn.
I'm Gary.
And we are
The
Disney.
Grownups.
We are. So we continue back at Plaza Gardens, where we left you last time on our Disneyland Paris restaurant review. We did Plaza Gardens lunch and dinner buffet. We are now doing Plaza Gardens character breakfast. So we did the character breakfast last year for a certain person's 60th birthday. I booked it up as a surprise.
Birthday. For my birthday.
For your 60th birthday.
What's a number? What is a number?
We went with my dad. It was shortly after I'd lost my mum, and we decided to take Dad away with us to try and give him some fun and laughter. And it was Gary's birthday. So we decided, well, I decided to secretly book up the character breakfast for that day. And we had actually got
A phone call incoming.
yeah, so we went for Gary's 60th birthday, and I booked it up as a surprise for him. Yeah, it was really pleasant. We'd not done the character breakfast there before. We bought the dining plan when we went with my dad, so that we could definitely book up some restaurants in advance and know that we had somewhere for him to be able to go and sit down and eat. It came with a standard breakfast, like a standard hotel breakfast, wasn't it? Because we were staying at the Sequoia Lodge at that time. So it came with a standard hotel breakfast, but I did actually manage to add some money to it and be able to pay for the character breakfast, just pay the difference. So you can do that if you have the hotel breakfast included in your dining plan. Okay, so theming and setting. Theming and setting is very much like the Crystal Palace in Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom, as we've said before. It is like a Victorian Crystal Palace type place. So you've already seen what we feel as far as theming and setting goes in the last vlog, so we won't bore you with all that. We'll put the link down below to the last one we did, so that you can see what we thought about lunch and dinner there. Choice of food. So choice of food is a buffet breakfast. You have the normal kind of things you'd get in your buffet breakfast, you know, sausage, egg, bacon. There's lots of other bits. I'm going to try and find the footage to put in now of the buffet, because I did actually go and film some of the food. So there's quite a good choice there of food for breakfast. Yeah, so it's a pretty standard buffet breakfast with everything you want, really. So choice of food from that, I will give it 4.5.
Yeah, give it the same.
Every time?
5. I'll give it a 5.
But was it a 5? Were the sausages good? You know how you make a choice of sausages, you know?
Yeah, I think they were actually. Or were they?
Ah, see?
I can't remember now.
Well, I'm going with a 4.5.
I've had some weird sausages in France.
Who were misses?
That's a bit honest, isn't it? Yeah.
Anyway, moving swiftly
for
on.
some reason.
Yeah, I think a lot of them were chicken sausages. We found out, didn't we? Didn't we find that somewhere, that they're chicken sausages?
Yeah, they tasted a bit like
chicken.
No, they tasted a bit like a pepperoni, but not as nice.
Anyway, well, I'm giving it 4.5 for choice of food.
Yeah, okay, yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, he's copying me again, isn't he? So, quality of food. It's a breakfast. It's fairly standard. It has virtually everything you want. They sometimes run out of rolls. There was a few bits where they weren't filled up as quickly, but the actual quality was pretty standard as far as breakfast goes. So I'll give it a... No, actually, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to give it. I'm going to ask Gary first. What do you give it?
What am I voting for?
Oh, are you even watching this vlog?
Yeah.
Are you even part of this vlog? Quality of food.
Quality of food.
Quality of food.
Yeah, I'll give that. I think from my experience, I'll give it a 5. Because I haven't had any problems with it at all. Can't really say much about the sausage because I can't remember what the score was there with that one. But the rest of it, I remember having loads of scrambled egg and crispy bacon and loads of other stuff.
4.5 is what I'm going for. 4.5. Okay, value for money. Now, I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I think it is around about the same price as the lunch and dinner. We had the standard dining plan that we'd bought with the hotel dining plan, and I had to pay some extra money towards it, but I also got a discount on the extra money I had to put towards it because of the annual pass. So I can't remember exactly how much it ended up costing me, but I think it's around about the 30 to 32 euros mark. I may be wrong. So, value for money, it's a character breakfast, and there were a lot of characters. It did feel a little rushed at times, because it was absolutely rammed in there. And as we've said before, it is a big restaurant and there is a lot of people in there. So the characters obviously have a lot of people to get around, and there was quite a fast turnover. I think they do 2 sittings of the breakfast. I think it was, I can't actually remember, and this is a terrible video because I can't remember half of the facts, but there's 2 sittings. They're the only 2 sittings they do. You do have to book this up. You can't just walk in, and you can only book it a few days in advance. I think it's something like 3 days in advance, and it does get very booked up. So I was very, very lucky to actually manage to get it, and I was sort of kind of on that phone straight away. So I think, obviously, as I say, it's a character breakfast. We had Minnie, Mickey, Donald, Daisy, Tigger. I'm trying to remember. There was about 5 characters that came round, and they were quite happy to stop and, you know, for you to have your photos done with them, like individually, as a group, whatever. But it was kind of a conveyor belt. As soon as one had gone, the next one came, and it was quite, gave Gary indigestion. But, you know, they were very good.
The character ones are great, but they do interrupt your food a bit.
Yeah, but the whole point of that one was because it was his birthday. I wanted him to mingle with the characters. So yeah, I think value for money. Again, it's Disney. It's going to be expensive for what you get, but Gary always gets his money worth on a buffet. So
yeah,
what would you give it for value for money?
I'll give it 4.
4? Yeah, that's what I was going to go for. So I'm copying you this time. But yeah, I think a 4 is you know, it's a lot of money for a breakfast, but as we said before, you're paying for the characters.
You always pay premium prices.
Yeah.
And there's characters involved in it.
And it brought a smile to my dad's face, so it was worth all the money in the world.
That was probably weak.
So, service where applicable. So obviously it's a buffet, so you serve yourself, they bring you your drinks. They were pretty on the ball with it. So we've just, in our previous vlog, told you how Plaza Gardens was not on the ball when it came to service, with the lunch and dinner, and how it's a bit hit and miss. This particular time, they bought our drinks straight away, they were happy to serve us, they took the plates very quickly. Yeah. So this was a completely different experience for us as far as Plaza Gardens goes. Being first thing in the morning, it was cool in there, which I think is obviously a bonus too. It was extremely busy, but the service was good. So as far as service goes, I know there isn't much service because it's just showing you to your table and drinks and clearing your plates. However, I would give it a 4.5 because there was no problems as such. Yeah.
Probably had enough staff there. That's probably
yeah. Would we eat there again? Yes or no? I would definitely do a character breakfast there again. It is pricey. As far as breakfast goes, but if you want the character experience, then I would do it again for the character experience. It's a good way on a busy day to meet some characters without having to queue for hours.
Yeah.
So
there's that,
you know, I mean, I know sometimes there's different costumes around the park and so on, but you know, if you want to meet some characters, then that's a good way to do it, and I think for that it's worth the extra money. So yeah, I'd definitely do the breakfast again. Yeah. So there you go, that's Plaza Gardens all wrapped up. Completely different. Yep, that's completely different experience from the lunch and dinner, so you can make your own choice as to what you want to do. As we've said before, and we'll say it again, these are just our personal experiences. These are what has happened to us and what we think and what we feel about these meals. Somebody else may have had a completely different experience that morning, but for us, that was a good breakfast. So, with that said, I'm not sure which one we're going to bring you next, because there's quite a few others that we have eaten in. So I think we might be able to perhaps go further afield and perhaps start spreading into the Disney Village, and maybe touch on somewhere like Annette's Diner, a 50s American diner. That was nice.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So we could do Annette's Diner next time. We're going to try and bring you as many of these different meals as we can from in both parks and in the village as well, and even those just outside the village, where you go. So there's Vapiano and Five Guys and things like that. We might even try and bring you some of them. So there we go. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. We do appreciate it. If you feel like hitting that subscribe button, you know where it is, down there somewhere, maybe.
I have no idea. Absolutely no idea where it is.
Yeah, and the notification bell, so that way you won't miss a thing when we upload some stuff, unless of course you want to miss us, and then don't press it and don't subscribe. Yeah, Gary always likes you to give it a...
Sin zip.
Yep. And let us know below in the comments what you think of this review series, whether you think it's helping you or not, whether you think it's worthwhile. Any other questions? It always makes us hungry. Is there any other questions you'd like to know? Anything you want to know about any of these restaurants, just give us a shout and we'll see what we can come up with for you. Or anything else to do with Disneyland Paris, and we'll try and answer your questions. So, all that remains is to say, stay safe, be kind to each other, and we will see you on the next video. Take care, guys. See you soon.
Goodbye.
Bye.